Hey there, and welcome back to Scrap with Penny, where paper meets story. And today we're going to do round 2 of layout put away. I have been remiss in trying to stay ahead of this, and I've got, so if this is 12 inches, I've got about 8 inches worth of finished layouts that I need to get put away. This is October the 14th that I'm filming this. And when we get back from our trip, we're going to be like right into the holidays. And I don't want to look at these throughout all of our family room time where I secretly hide them. And so let me cut away right now to an update on my wall of albums, my library. And you can see some things I've changed since the last film. And you can see where these guys like to hide and why it's easy for me to ignore them.
So here is a little update on my album wall. On the top row, what I did was I moved Month in Review, which had been right here, and it's down here now. And I added 2 Cobalt albums on that top center section. And on the second row, there's no change. That is maxed out and the perfect colors and everything's good. On the third row, I added 3 aqua right here. And I took away a passport album. I took it out of here and put it into one of these. So that's the change for that row. And then on the 4th row, I already talked about adding Month in Review down here. And then on the bottom row, I added 2 green here and kind of reworked this. So, you know, I mean, space is tight. I'm not ever kidding when I say I have to think about what I can fit onto my shelf. And the other thing I wanted to show you is this is where I lay my finished albums until I put them away. So the first landing spot they get in my scrap room is the multi-purpose bin. And I save them there until I film a layout share of the completed layouts. And then when I take them out of that bin, I bring them in here and I just stack them up on the albums. And so, you know, what I'm gonna do now is pull all of those out and we're gonna have another sorting party. I wish I could do better, but I mean, I just can't.
Okay, so now that we've got that done, what we can do is go ahead and start taking these and putting them into the pile. So I shared before that I have papers printed out for most of the album categories, not all. I will link that other video in this video description in case you didn't catch that, because I think in that one I talk more about the philosophy of Library of Memories and what the different colors represent. And so I'm just going to look at these layouts and figure out what album they go into. Each one of these sheets represents an album, and the color of the album is what I use for the color of the title. So we've got All About Us, The Life We Live, Places We Go, Disney, it's its own color, and then People We Love, which is yellow. So the layout on top is one that I did for the scrap room, and this is about my childhood, so it's going to go right here. And then this is travel, and this would be, I would consider this, I don't know if it'd be near or far. So this was an hour and a half away, a road trip. I'm going to say far, because I think of near as like the Dallas Metroplex. So I've got Places We Go far. And I don't think you saw this. I didn't do a process video for this because it's a layout kit from Simple Stories. So I'll just show you real quick. This is using their Crafty Things, I think, line. And this is about me scrapping with some girlfriends. So it goes into my category. And this was a scrap room. I'm going to put this in The Life We Live because it is about day-to-day life right now. And then this next layout is my going home with all that pretty stitching. And this would be Places We Go far. The journaling on that is about the fact that I'm not going to be going back to my hometown anymore because we moved Mom. So that's why I'm going to put it in Places. Then I've got anniversary, which would be all about us, and I'm going to put it right here. Then I've got this Cocoa Vanilla of Philip and Beth, and that's going to go into his album. And then I've got this summer one of Andrew and Jen, Floating, and that'll go into his album, which, you know, his album is now his and hers. Then I've got this Six Flags, which would be places we go near. Sophie, you can't get settled. And then I've got the layout about buying my car. And I would say that's everyday matters. I mean, it's part of everyday life. I've got this Love Grows here, and I'm going to put that in everyday life because it's about, well, it could also be in home. You know what? I'm going to put it in home because it's about how the house is different when the kids are home. Then I've got this double about the Vincent Van Gogh art exhibit, and that's going to be places we go near because that was down in Dallas. Football, I would say that's everyday matters, the life we live. And then the local bands, I'm going to put that in near, places we go near. And this is a trip to Billy Bob's. I'm going to also put that in places. Then this is dinner, and this could go with people we love because it's my friend, or it could be places we go. Let's see. It's called Dinner Done Right, so I'm going to put it in places we go near. Then I've got this layout from my childhood. This is part of that Simple Stories, Simple Vintage Linen Market class that I took last year that was taught by Jana Eubank. So this goes in my, well, you know what? I'm going to put it in my family growing up, people we love. Now, I've got a few layouts here that are part of a Pack Your Bags class kit that I won, and so I haven't shown these layouts anywhere either. These were designed by Becky Adams. This is a story about Steve being my travel buddy, so I'm going to put it in the same category as our anniversary. And here's another layout, and this has a really cute pop-up. And this is about going to Kentucky, so this would be places we go far. And then this was Becky's design, but then I also added this companion page, and this would be places we go far. And this is the same concept. This is a Becky Adams page from that class, and then I also added a companion page. So this is going to see our son in Philadelphia, so that's far. And we went to see them twice when they lived there, 2 different years, and so I did a layout for each year, and this is a Becky Adams design for that. I love that line, and I was so excited to win that kit. This would be places we go near. This is me being so excited that we got an HEB. You'd have to live in Texas to understand. This is Thanksgiving. This is Simple Stories, Fresh Air online class by Jana that I adapted to Simple Stories Cider and Donuts. So this would be a holiday, so it would go in holiday. And this is also a holiday. It was the year where our kids come every other year, and so this was a Thanksgiving where we were table for 2. This is a layout about me on my 60th birthday last year. Happy 60. So it goes in my album. And this is also kind of my perspective on turning 60 and what life is about. So that goes in my album. This is Thanksgiving 2018. We had a house full, so that would be holidays. And this is about fall, so it would go under seasons. Now we're getting into some Disney. I've got the Spectacle of Lights, and I've got the Flower and Garden, and that's going to go into my Disney pile. This is Philip and Beth. This is part of that 4x4 series I did, which was inspired by Janet at RTS. So that goes in Philip's pile. Sometimes I tape my doubles together so there's stability. This is about spring, so it would go into seasons. And when I put these away, like all of my springs are together by year, and then all of my summers are together by year, and then all of my falls are together by year. So you wouldn't go 2015 winter, spring, summer, fall. You would just hit a bunch of springs. You could go either way. It'd be to your preference. Oh, this is Disney. This is that Pooh. This is what a layout I did for that Scrapbooking Cards Today class that was taught by Allison Davis. Oh, another Disney. I think the hardest part is just committing the time to do this and sorting them out. This is baseball, so it would be places we go near. This is my Truman. And see, there's the tape on the back. So I'll take the tape off when I put it away. And I've said before, I put pets in the people we love category. So I don't have a family album, although they are family to me. And then, well, this is kind of hard because these are my 4 kids together. And you know what? I don't know. I could put this in together times under All About Us, or I could put it into Far Away. I think I'm going to put it in Far Away because it's kind of like these other trips. It's just a different grouping of people. And this is the pandemic. So I'm going to put that in The Life We Live. And here's my Sophie. And here's barbecue. And this is in Nashville for Philip's graduation. This could go in Philip's album because it's right before his graduation, or it could go into People We Love because it's extended family, or it could go into Places We Go Far because it's in Nashville. I'm going to put it, gosh, this is where I get stumped. And I clearly overthink. I'm going to put it under Places Far. This is the first process video I did. It was rough. This goes into my category. Our favorite date night, this would be Places Near. I've been doing good work in that category. Here's Steve's birthday, so that's clearly him. This is the Starbucks memorabilia. I think this would kind of go under, well, obviously it would go places I was going to say everyday life because coffee is part of everyday life, but I'm going to put it in Places We Go Near. And this is Easter, so it's going to go in holiday. And this is Mother's Day, and it's going to go also in holiday. Have a little Mother's Day through the years. This would be Friends. We went down for their daughter's wedding reception. This would be, I think, places we go near. It's a concert with my friend Sheila. I've got a Disney, and this is about a Disney cruise. I'm going to put it with my Disney cruise layouts. This is the itinerary page. It's my first pear tree design team layout. I did this layout to apply, and I filmed it, and so when I made the team, I just rolled it out as my first one. And I did a companion page, and so this will have its own special album, but I'm going to put it in far because it gets it to the right area. This is about work. It's about me and work. I'm going to put it in the life we live. And this is more travel, Disney cruise travel. I kind of have that Simple Stories Beachy Vibes collection commandeered for that. So this is the third companion page that I'm showing you. And this is New York with the kids when they were living in Philadelphia. So that's places far. This is my friend Sheila, so it's people we love. And it was on a road trip, but it's more about the friendship, so that's why I'm putting it in people and not places. Then we've got some Christmas, which is holiday. And it's Christmas from my childhood, but I'm going to put it in Christmas at the very beginning of the section. And then this is a layout about me loving the peppermint shake from Chick-fil-A. I'm going to put it in holiday because it's a holiday thing. This is a layout of a crop with my mom and Sheila, so that goes here. I may have sorted these on the last one and just not finished putting them away. I'm not sure. Another crop goes with me. Another crop with me. This was a Paige Evans class layout, and I used I don't even know what it's called. I want to say modeling paste, but I don't think modeling is the right word. So that goes under Penny. This is a layout about me. This is going to be an insert for this one. I had a picture I wanted to add, and I didn't have room on the page, so I'm just going to put it in the gutter right there. And it's a poem that I shared with all of my friends. And then a crop. More of the crop. More of the crop. More childhood Christmas. Childhood Christmas. Childhood Christmas. This is Simple Stories Holly Jolly, and I just had the most fun with it last December. So I'm going to put all these in holiday. When I get into holiday, I might change and move them over to me or put them with family. I'm not sure. This is about Astroworld as a child. I'm going to put it in mine. And then this is SCT paper crafting class layout using Simple Stories Flea Market. And I've got the journaling covered up. That's funny. And it's going to go in me. This is kind of a holiday story. It's a stocking my granny made me that my granddogs destroyed that my sister rebuilt. So this would go in holiday, just kind of along the same philosophy as the peppermint shake. And then this is another scrapbook retreat with some girlfriends. So here we go. We've got it all sorted out. You know, when you're the scrapbooker, you get to choose your stories. Obviously, I tell too many about me. and not enough about the rest of my family. But I'm trying to change that, work on it. And a lot of this is work on 2021 when we were traveling, seeing people, and I feel good about the representation of all the stories here. And so what I'll do now is pull the albums off the shelf, work them in, and then I'll have dealt with this mess. So what I've pulled is the album called The Two of Us, and I'll just show you real quick. Each album has a title sheet. It's the same format, and the colors down here, the color of the title is the same, and I just changed the background based on the color of the album. So it's a collage for each category, and of course the pictures are somewhat dated because the most recent one is when I made it. And so when I come to put these away, what I have to do is look at the date of this event and then work it into the album. So this is 2010 compared to 2023. So this will go in 2023, and this is 2017. So that's kind of old. That's interesting. So then I just flip through. This is 2014. 2014. 2015. 2015. This is 2017. And this was, this. We left for Disney after we had dinner in town. So what I need to do is pull this out, slide this over, and then this one would come right in here. And because I work all over the page, I never really go back to back unless I know for certain nothing would ever go in there. So I save room, and I have a binder full of empty page protectors for inserting when I need to. So now I need to go to 2023. This is 7/4. This is the fall, so this is summer. I know this was in November. This is September. This was taken right before this picture. So this is going to go right here. And you know what? I feel pretty good about putting these back to back. And I could, because the previous page is September 23, and this is November 23. And if I need to move it if I do a story from October 23, I could move it easily enough. So that's kind of what it looks like to work it into the album. And you can see I've got empty pages back here. I just put this napkin down to protect my table from the spine. So that's what it looks like to get it into an album. I'm not going to film me working it into all the albums, but I wanted you to see that part. And I wanted to ask you, how do you store your layouts? Do you put them away right when you finish them, or are you like me, you kind of do it in lump or bulk after they've piled up a little? I don't know. And the other challenge I wanted to issue you is to spend a little bit of time on your albums and make sure they're all in good shape, they look good, they're organized, they're labeled. And since the last filming, I replaced 3. It was hard. I might have replaced 5. I think I did an order of 5. And just Monday morning, I replaced 3. And so what that looks like is they're decaying. See, they've all got little spots on them almost. And this is actually, this one isn't ruined. This is actually crumbs from the one it lives next to. So that's good. Okay, I'm gonna obsess about peeling this off now. Anyway, I replaced 3 and I need to continue replacing, and I decided when I put the ones away on Monday, I need to start at the top down, because as I'm replacing them, I've got to scrub the residue off of the shelf, and it's like falling downhill. So it's a little bit of a mess, and I've ignored the project because it is a little bit of a mess, and it's a cost. I'm buying albums I've already bought. So I'm hoping for a good Black Friday sale from the place where I get these, and then maybe my shelf will be in better shape. So thanks for hanging out with me on this, and I hope that it inspires you to get some organization going on your albums or your layouts, and I hope that you had fun with some paper while you were watching this, and as always, thanks for hanging out with me.
Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a thing. I'll be back soon with more layouts, videos, and a little stash busted magic. So please come back and crop with me. Until next time, happy scrapping, and remember, this is where paper meets story. Bye-bye.